If you've been curious about how to create a buttonhole, let me show you how easy it is to create a one-step buttonhole. What you need is fabric. Should be something fairly sturdy. If you're working with a lightweight piece of fabric, you want to make sure you put some stabilizer behind it. I've got a double layer here. And then I have the buttonhole foot for my machine and a button. And what I love about this particular foot, and a lot of machines come with a foot like this, the back slides out, and then you can place your button right inside that little slot. And the foot is actually going to measure the size of the button so that you get the perfect sized buttonhole for your button. So I really, really like this because I don't have to figure out exactly what size the button is and then the corresponding size for my buttonhole. Now my machine has several different buttonhole stitches built right in. I've chosen number 36. Yours probably has lots too. So pick the correct stitch and then we're going to snap on the foot. And I'm just going to kind of lift up my presser foot here so I can lay it right on there. There we go. Now I'm going to slide this lever down and it goes right behind. There's a plastic portion of the foot that sticks up, and that is how it's going to measure the size of the buttonhole. So now I'll place my fabric beneath my foot, just like this. And with this foot, the buttonhole is going to begin stitching at the front. So where my needles are at will be the front of the buttonhole. So think about that when you're placing your buttonhole on your fabric. If you're working next to, say, a placket on a garment, you could even turn your fabric around so that you have the fold edge toward the front of the foot, and that will place your buttonhole closer to the folded edge on your placket. You can scoot it down. You can even give yourself a nice straight line to line up all of your buttonholes if you're doing more than one. Once you've done that, now you're ready to actually stitch the buttonhole. For this, I like to use the start-stop button on my machine. So I'm going to unplug my foot control, and then I can just touch the start-stop button because my machine's automatically going to lock in my stitch, stitch the buttonhole, then it will lock in again and stop when it's complete. Buttonhole is complete, so I'll lift my needle and the foot, bring it around here, and there I have my perfect buttonhole. It's nice and straight, it's secure, and all I've got to do is trim off my excess threads and just come in with a seam ripper or something and very carefully cut the opening of your buttonhole. Now you want to make sure that you don't cut the bar tacks because then your buttonhole is going to be larger than it's supposed to. I trimmed the threads, and then just to make sure that I don't slip through those bar tacks, I've placed a stick pin right at the top and bottom of the opening. And now I can come in with my seam ripper and I'm just going to poke right through the fabric just like that, and then bring it straight back slowly and carefully until it reaches the top pin. And now I have cut open the buttonhole. I've got a couple of threads there to trim out, and I don't have to worry about it coming undone. Now we can just pull out those straight pins. Now that the buttonhole is open, I can test and make sure that my button fits, and it sure does. So I hope that this video has taken some of the mystery out of how to create buttonholes for you.